away from the program record of 20. She leads the SEC.
And you'll see Backus here early and try to establish that high rise ball pitch, because that's something she goes to majority of the time, whether it's out of the zone or a low rise, because she wants to get people to swing and miss. And then if they do, they're going to pop it up.
Inside 2-0 the count here to Laird. 70 hitter there in the leadoff spot. Backus 2-0 is line foul. It is a warm day in Athens.
You're not lying about that.
84 degrees, a little muggy.
Plus some humidity.
Yeah, muggy and not a lot of wind. So.
No, we have this fan on up here, which is the only wind that is happening right now.
Trying to get a little something going. In the dirt. And the count 3-1. Backus pitched 4 innings Wednesday night in a victory over USC Upstate. Here's the 3-1, and this one is lifted to left field. Tracking it down is Goodwin. And Laird is retired. Jaden Goodwin, Dallas Goodnight, and Jada Kearney left to right in the Georgia outfield as the senior Alex Honnold stands in. Called strike from Ed Clark, our home plate umpire. Ronald White is at first. Donald Brown is at third.
And you see that height pitch that Backus is going to. If she can get that called for a strike and they're not swinging at it, she's going to keep climbing the ladder, and get them to chase after that rise ball.
Grounded foul, 0-2. Mosley, Armistead, Kuma, and Digby left to right across the Georgia infield, with Lindy Ray Davis catching the balls and strikes. Backus has not been afraid to work the ball inside.
I think as a lefty hitter, when you face lefty pitchers, that's something that can make a lefty pitcher really good, is if they can go away from a lefty matchup, but also can come in.
Here's the 1-2.
And Backus has added a drop ball to her repertoire this season, and I think it's a good idea because she's so rise ball heavy. So if you can add north and south pitches along with east and west, and she has that amazing changeup that she uses a lot in any count, she's very well rounded. And so when lefty or righty, you're gonna get pitches all over the place.
1-2 comes outside, and the count evens up 2-2. Not bad numbers on either side of the plate.
Yeah, and I think for Backus, it's location is key. So if she can trust her spin and really pitch and trust her pitches, that's when she's most successful.
Gave a good effort there, running it down to first, but Armistead scoops it up and retires Honnold for the second out. Two down and the base is empty for Maddie Gallagher.
Looks like that might have nicked their batting glove, maybe.
She said it. She said it made some contact.
It did look close.
And Clark saying he didn't see it that way, so.
Didn't hit you hard enough.
No, she'll stand back in, 1-0.
Looked like it might have got a thread sticking out on her batting glove. It was close.
Loose string there.
Yeah, a little loose string coming loose.
Got it either way, and 2-0 comes in there for a called strike, 2-1.
And with lefty pitchers, when you're facing a lefty hitter and you go away from them, if you can establish what a strike is, if it's in the river, on the black, on the chalk, that's another pitch where you can keep inching it out, and get them to chase.
2-1 is popped into foul territory. Mosley will track it down. A 1-2-3 inning. Barbacus in the first. And close to 200 average as a squad here over these last 3 SEC weekends.
And I think that's that's normal for teams that kind of go through a lull in their season. But I think the more important lesson you want to get from that is what are we going to do about it?
Yep.
How are we going to respond? How are we going to find ways to win? And I think this is a good series for both teams to do that.
Bunted to first, and good effort there by Dallas Goodnight, but she'll be thrown out at first base. That was really well executed by both squads. Got her by a step.
Yeah, Goodnight's fast down that line. She puts that bunt. If that bunt was a couple balls farther out, she would have been safe.
Yeah, it died really well, but it needed to maybe go a foot or so.
Perfectly bunted, yes. Too perfect.
So Speedy Goodnight is out at first. Here's Lindy Ray Davis, the catcher, .260 average on the season. A righty on lefty matchup here for the pitcher, Krings. Turned foul, 1-1.
And you see there her coming inside to a lefty with her curveball, 68 to 72 miles an hour, and Lindy Ray gets jammed a little bit. So for lefty hitters, if you want to be able to hit that well, you got to get your barrel out a little bit sooner.
Popped up. Laird from the shortstop position comes over and makes the catch, 2 away. Five pitches and 2 outs, and that'll bring up Jada Kearney. Big crowd on hand.
I wish I would have done a time lapse from the empty stadium to when everybody was let in, because it was like a bunch of ants just running around trying to find their seats.
Filled in quickly.
The shaded part of the stadium filled in first, though.
Yeah, third baseline is quite full. A little bit of space there in the sun along first. They're jam-packed in over there. 1-0's turned foul, 1-1. There's 3 games between these two here this weekend, and honoring the 2014 SEC Championship team pregame.
10 years, 10-year anniversary of that.
And Sunday's game, has been moved up to tomorrow, so it'll be a double header tomorrow here in Athens. Inclement weather expected to move in on Sunday. Kearney fouled that one back. 1-2 is the count.
One thing I have noticed over the last couple weekends, I think some of the bigger offensive producers for Georgia maybe haven't been producing as much as we're used to, but what I have seen is some of their other people in the lineup have been doing a lot of the legwork. And so as a team going into postseason, that's a good thing. That's a good thing that the bottom of your lineup or some of your freshmen are getting the job done, and they're producing a lot and being able to get on base. So if you can put all that together like we've talked about, they're essentially unstoppable.
You've had some boom and bust as well. Sarah Mosley, of course, with 13 home runs on the season. She's either clobbering it out of the park or she maybe is struggling a bit there as the 2-2 is swung on and missed. 1-2-3 inning for Krings in the first. Tested here as they go down the stretch.
Yeah, I think it's the same story with any SEC team. Like, you're going to be battle tested throughout the season, and how you decide and how you execute in those games is going to determine what type of team you are.
.0 is lifted to left. Goodwin comes in for it. Four, 5, and 6 for the Tigers here in the second. Daly retired. Here's Abby Hay.
And once Backus establishes that rise ball into righties, that's what she's going to want to induce is pop-ups. And you've seen a couple pop-ups thus far to hitters, and that's the name of her game. And that's
to the warning track, bobbled off the glove of Kearney, turning and heading to third, and the stop sign there for Abby Hay. 3 bases for Hay as that one kept carrying, sent Kearney to the wall.
As an outfielder, what you want to do on those balls is be able to beat the ball to where it's going, and then be able to set your feet, get planted, and try to get under that ball as best as you can. And anytime you come in contact or the wall gets close, that gets a little bit harder.
It's a triple for Abby Hay. First hit of the contest. And here's Stefania Abriscoto. Abriscoto, 258 here in her freshman campaign. The 1-1 into the glove of Kuma. The play is at first for the out, but Missouri plates the first run of the contest, and the Tigers take a 1-0 lead.
And that's a great job by Missouri, is manufacturing runs. You got somebody on third with that hit to the wall, and being able to hit to the opposite side of the field to be able to bring that runner home is important.
I imagine Kearney frustrated with herself, feeling like she probably could have made that catch there in right. And that has led to a Missouri run. So 1-0 Tigers here with 2 away. Julia Crenshaw, the catcher, will bat.
I mean, and it's tough as an outfielder. You know, that's a tough play, but we all know as an outfielder that, yeah, you should probably catch that ball. But, you know, it's the top of the second, There's a lot of game left. There's a lot of opportunities. And so short-term memory, flush it, and you got to move on.
Well, one is high, 1-1. Of course, that's a tough angle there this time of the afternoon as well. The sun is starting to set, and you're staring into it pretty strongly there in right field.
Yeah, I mean, you're staring into the sun, you forget the wall even exists. Trust me, I've been there, done that, and it's not easy dealing with the sun and a ball at the wall that you might think might be going over. But it's a part of the game, and, you know, when you're in the outfield, that's some of the stuff that you have to deal with.
When it had to look like it was maybe going to go out, but then just maybe died right there, and it was just kind of bang, bang. She hit the wall about the time the ball got to the glove, so that was a tough play to make as this one's popped up on the infield. Mostly team, you want to get that offense going and take advantage at home.
Yeah, I think every team is essentially competing for the same thing. They want to have a strong position going into postseason. So a lot of these games come down to one hit, one pitch, one at bat, and Georgia has been fighting in those games constantly. And I think if they can continue to do what they're good at, that'll start, the tides will change a little bit for them.
Four, 5, and 6 for the Dogs in the second. Sarah Mosley will lead things off. Grounds the 1-1 foul, 1-2. Mosley's a .329 hitter on the season, 13 home runs, second on the team, hot on the tail of Jada Curdy and her 15.
I think if I'm doing a scouting report on Mosley, one thing I do know is that she likes rise balls. She will swing at higher pitches, and I love that. So will I. And I've seen the outcome of being able to hit those well. But I think it's important. Mosley is her best when she can swing freely. She can swing at those rise balls, and she's not forcing swing. She's not, there's not a lot of pressure because it's 0-0 in the sixth. And being able to swing freely is really important for this Georgia offense.
She's worked the count full, 3-2. Jaden Goodwin waits on deck behind her. It's two that she's pulled foul there to left.
Mosley's also really good. We've seen a couple times in some of the games that we've done, she'll pull something hard and then hit an oppo home run the opposite way.
Yeah.
So she's really good at making adjustments. She can spread out her swing, and she can hit inside and outside.
Leadoff walk for Sarah Mosley. Georgia's first base runner of the game. I'll bring up Jaden Goodwin.
And I'd look for Tony to be really aggressive here, creating opportunities, trying to manufacture, move runners to second, and try to manufacture runs here.
To left. Dodges there. Now Chase Mosley back to first, and here's Sydney Chambly. Chambly, the designated player this evening, 286 hitter on the season.
And she's another lefty hitter that can put the bunt down. She has speed, get down that line, move the runner, and be able to put your team essentially in scoring position, which is what they want and kind of been struggling with a little bit.
Yeah. Inside, 2-1.
It's interesting because that height, I think in the first inning, Backus got called for a strike, but it looks different coming out of a lefty's hand as like a curve or a low rise. With Missouri's pitcher, it's just a straight rise. So it looks different, I think, to the umpire because that height, and you can hear, I think a couple people wanted that called for a strike, and it is tough. So you want to make sure you establish what the strike zone is.
There's a little collection of black and gold over there behind that first base dugout that let Ed Clark know they didn't necessarily like the call. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. And Chambly is retired on strikes.
And I think what you see here is her changeup is dynamic. She can, that's a ball. That's a ball all day, but because of her speed, because of her location, and the pitches she's giving them early in the count, she can go to that. It's a waste pitch. But she's gotten Kearney to swing, gotten Chamblee to swing now. So she can pitch that in any count.
1 on and 2 out for Sydney Kuma. Timed up there as that one's fouled back 1-1.
You can see again she's going hard into the righties. She wants to jam them, create pop-ups, and then she'll go out or she'll go with the changeup and get them off balance with her speed differences.
This one a slow roller up the middle. And a tough read on it there. Didn't know if it was going to get through or not. Mosley will sway. Here's Emily Digby.
And she's been swinging a hot bat lately. She's got a lot of their hits in the last 3 series. Having a strong campaign for her freshman year.
228 for the freshman from Decula. Time asked for here by Crenshaw. She's going to walk out and talk with Krings. Missed on back-to-back there, so maybe a little reset opportunity.
Yeah, and this is a good hitter's count, 2-0. Pitcher's pitching a couple balls, struggling to find, maybe be consistent in the strike zone. So you want to make sure if you get a pitch here, she doesn't want to walk you. She doesn't want to load the bases. So you got to be ready for a good pitch, and if you get it, green light all day. And it doesn't look like the umpire, wants to give her that hard in. So that's going to require her to kind of bring it more over the white, which is it's a tough day for pitchers if that's kind of what you're having to do.
We saw Backus really working that inside earlier and hasn't been missing by much, and that one gets in there for a strike, 3-1. High, and the bases are loaded. 2 walks here in the inning for Lauren Krings.
I think this is when Georgia is most effective, is when, one, they're patient at the plate, and they're going to take their walks, create base runners, create opportunities, and they get base hits. Nothing big. No doubles off the wall, no home runs, but now we have bases loaded, 2 outs.
A little strategy and maybe a little pick-me-up chat there. Tony Baldwin to his 9, hitter Ellie Armistead.
So with 2 outs, you've gotten a hit and you've got another walk, and that's what you want to be able to do.
She's hit above average with 2 away.
Same number.
In there for a strike, 1-1.
It's a very fine line between strike and ball right now on that inside corner.
Ten pitches in the first inning, 23 now here in the second. Here is a ground ball to the second baseman. The underhand toss will get the out at second.
In on their opportunities that they create. And right now, both pitchers are doing a great job of pitching to their strengths. Still figuring out the strike zone, I think, a little bit. which is maybe why there's some runners on the bases. So if they can hone in on that, and offensively both of these teams create opportunities for themselves.
That one knocked foul. Maya Dodge, the left fielder, bats. That one comes high. One and two. One, two, swung on and missed. First strikeout of the evening for Lily Backus, one away.
In my head, that's what I called, because I don't think she's been pitching a lot of changeups, but I think once you establish the strike zone, she can add her changeup in whenever and see some success as she just did.
Bases empty for the 9-hitter Kaylee Linger. One and one to the right fielder.
I think you can tell from Backus' face that she didn't mean for that ball to go right there. Maybe it was supposed to be a little bit higher, but at least she knows that. You know, having self-accountability and understanding where your pitchers are supposed to go is what you want from your pitcher.
Popped up, Kuma. 2 away. Bases clear, top of the order now. And Backus will attempt to navigate her way through this Missouri lineup for the second time. And Jenna Lair, the one-hitter, stands in that left-hand batter's box.
And this is when it's important to start making adjustments. It's the second time, you're starting second time through the lineup. And this is where either team is going to start to see some things change because you're essentially facing the pitcher again, and then you get another chance. So whoever can do that quickest, I feel like will come out on top tonight.
The 0-1 is grounded to short. Armistead airmails that one at first base. It's going to be a bit of a tough play. Would have beat her out there by a step or two, but the throw off line. So the error is charged to Armistead. Here's Alex Honnold. Honnold grounded out in the first. SEC leader with 19 doubles. 20 would set the program mark for the Tigers.
And to me, as far as hitting home runs, that's great. Everybody can do that. Well, not everybody, maybe. But hitting doubles is great for your team because you're automatically in scoring position.
Squared to bunt. Honnold is safe. They'll be at first and second now with 2 away.
And when you see a lot of doubles, to me what that means is you're hitting the ball to the wall in the gaps, down the line, and you're creating a lot of opportunities for yourself and for your team because you're already in scoring position. And then you can...
Reaching via the air, the bunt single by Honnold. And here's the second baseman, Maddie Gallagher. Two on, 2 out, that one high and away.
So I think with two runners on right here, just situationally thinking, if I was a pitching coach right now, you have a lefty-lefty matchup, 2 outs, runner at first and second. One of Backus's strengths is her curveball to the outside, and she can locate it, keep it on the chalk, in the river. So being able to do that, get the hitter to kind of give a little ground ball to the infield and then get an easy out. I think that's kind of what they're going for. So if you're going to pitch something inside, you have to know second baseman had to move back and over a little bit to be in the 3-4 hole, because anything to the outfield, that girl on second is going to score.
1-1. That one gets to, may have nicked her there. And so now the bases are loaded.
I think that might have got the umpire too. Oh.
Yeah.
Right in the hand.
An up hitter.
And no shock that she starts with a changeup in this situation. Because bases loaded, juiced, as a hitter, you're ready for that first pitch, and if you have the green light, you're looking for something hard.
Going in there for a called strike. 0-2. Two outside, and a good stop there by Davis.
And I think that's smart. With 0-2, you're ahead. In this situation, you have pitches to waste. Obviously, you don't want anything to get by the catcher and somebody score that way, but she's in control right now.
1-2 into foul territory. Mosley will make it. Bases left.
Ranked, one of the top teams in the country. Every game is going to be important for your opponent as well as you. So it's going to be competitive. They're going to bring everything they got, and they're going to love it if they beat you. So you have to combat that with being able to produce runs, do the small things, have good defense, lock down on the mound. And so I think these games are they're big games. They're all very competitive. Like we said before, they're not getting blown out by anybody. They're very close games, one pitch, one hit difference. And I think that's the important thing to know is people know you're good.
Yep.
So they're gonna come at you with the best that they have. And what kind of team are you? What are you gonna do about it?
Georgia was picked to finish second in the SEC this season in the preseason, just 1 vote off of first place Tennessee. And I think that obviously got the conference's attention, that this was a very experienced Georgia squad coming back, some really good offensive firepower coming back as well. And then in the non-conference portion of the schedule, Georgia clobbered some really good teams and put up some really impressive numbers offensively. So I think Georgia probably get a little bit of a target on its back, knowing how good those bats are. And you go on the road, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And such is the ebb and flow of SEC play, where, as we mentioned, I think we were looking at the midweek game, 11 of the 13 teams in the conference are ranked in the top 25 this week. I mean, very common for every SEC team to make the postseason. As Goodnight swings and misses, she'll be thrown out at first on the strikeout throwout.
Yeah, it's, in the off season, in the fall, you train, you go to the gym, you practice every day, you go through you're doing your thing, and in preseason, everybody's hype, everybody's doing that, but it's like you have all the tools, right? Or just because you have all the tools, you gotta figure out what to do with them, how to use them. And I think Georgia has struggled a little bit in the last couple weekends, really putting all those tools together. And you see just with the inconsistency of dominance in the SEC, every day, every game is somebody else is winning.
Yep.
Somebody else is taking down a top team. Somebody else is, beating one of the best teams in the country. And so at this point, it's like, well, rankings don't matter a whole lot on the weekends because everybody wants to beat everybody. And you've seen that with the SEC schedule so far.
One. 2-1. Top of the order here for Georgia. Ground ball to first. Hay will take it and step on the bag herself for the second out. .43 pitches now for Lauren Krings through 2 2/3. Here's Jada Kearney. Kearney struck out to end the first. Georgia went down in order in the first inning. Loaded the bases in the second, came away empty.
And you see she's been struggling with getting that inside pitch consistently called a strike. So now I think she's starting ahead in the count with her more outside pitch and trying to get strikes. And you see right there, she's gotten 1 strike so far, so really trying to establish that outside corner. And then come hard in and then maybe sprinkle her changeup in there.
Had 3-1.
She got Kearney to chase her changeup her last at bat and was able to strike her out. So you're ahead in the count, 2-1. Why not? Why not toss your changeup in there as a ball and see if you can get her to chase and swing again?
Outside, that'll miss. And it's a 2-out walk. Mosley turns on the first one she sees and sends it foul.
Almost made it into their new indoor facility. We're like, hey, we're not ready to hit in there yet. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something out of the zone or a changeup low on the ground or something maybe outside and away.
Just gets a piece there, 0-2.
I think I'm on there.
You keep moving down a little bit.
Maybe top 10, 12. I don't remember what it is, but or how many, to be honest. Woohoo! Top 10.
One, two. Daly at third and not in time. Mosley kept hustling. Daly had to charge that one.
Seemed like it was going to be a easy double play on that, so I think she got ahead of herself just a tad and wasn't able to stay with it. And then Mosley hustling down the line made it even harder to even get one out of that.
E5. So both teams with one error defensively now. Georgia first and second with two away. Jaden Goodwin. Fouled away, 0-1. Tomahawked that one back, foul, 0-2.
And Goodwin is another girl in this lineup that is so stacked that she's earned her way into this starting lineup. Early on in the season, she wasn't in the starting lineup, but she has some great at-bats. She's had some big hits in the last couple weeks. And so she's really established herself as a very competitive hitter in this lineup.
Came into the season 7th all time. Sydney Kuma has squeaked past you as well.
Yeah, let me put on a uniform. Give me a bat.
Still got it.
Yeah. Hey, 190 is not that far. Just give me about a month or so to get back in hitting shape.
Deuce is wild. Popped up. Honnold makes the catch. Abby, a freshman and graduate of Rockbridge High School there in Columbia, so she is all Mizzou.
Love it.
State champion in high school.
This was fate. It's
Yeah.
bound to happen.
The decision was probably pretty easy where
Yeah.
she was going to go play.
Not a lot of deliberation, I'm sure, on
At the
where
next
she wanted
level.
to go.
Hay tripled in the second. She is one of two Missouri hits. Defensive swing there. That one fouled away, 2-1.
Again, Backus looking to get the hitter here to chase, with a 2-1 count, to chase her changeup low on the ground.
Full count now. She's fouled a couple away. That one will miss, and leadoff walk for Abby Hay.
That's a great eye. It looked a little elevated and a little in for this umpire's strike zone tonight. So that's a great eye by Hay.
She will get pinch run for at first base. Claire Cahalan will run for her.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Running at first base now for Missouri, number 8, Claire Cahalan. Now batting the designated player, number 7.
So here's Stefania Abriscano. Abriscano drove the run in earlier. Tough play. Digby made it look easy. She came charging in, had to get it and spin and get that throw and beat her out by several steps, but that was some good footwork. Defensively, moves the runner into scoring position.
Yeah, as a leadoff hitter, it's huge when you can get a walk for your team and then bring in a pinch runner. You have more speed on the bases, and now with one out, you have a lot of different options with a runner at second.
And just the one out, so pinch runner there at second. And Julia Crenshaw, the catcher.
Starts off again with a first pitch changeup, and my hitter brain is thinking they haven't hit her changeup well. If they have, it's been a little dribbler in the infield. So they want to induce another dribbler and see if they can get easy outs in the infield.
And they might have had her off base there with the throw back to second, but couldn't get held on to there and a little off line.
Yeah, it looked like the runner kind of hesitated to go back to second, thinking maybe she was off a little farther than she was.
And now Ed Clark.
The air right now around all the chitter chatter down there.
So the count 0-2. To left. Goodwin. Dewey.
When you have one out and you have somebody on second, it's tough because even if you hit maybe something deep or deeper in the outfield, most likely they're not going to tag unless you go as a right-handed hitter and you hit towards right field. So you have to kind of change your mindset a little bit. And for me, hard ground ball, hard line drive, something hard through would be a lot more productive than hitting pop-ups. So, you know, what pitches am I going after? What am I going to swing at in this situation?
Opposite field foul. Here's the 1-2.
I think Backus is doing a great job of locating her pitches. You see a lot of pop-ups, nothing really hard besides that triple early in the game. Nothing hard has been hit. There's been a lot of pop-ups, a lot of ground balls. So I think that shows her control and her location, and I think she's doing a really great job tonight with that. And understanding strategically, am I ahead? Am I behind? You know, I'm not pitching a changeup right down the middle so they can hit it if I'm ahead. I'm keeping it low, out of the zone. So really owning her pitches tonight.
Count full now, 3-2. Call strike 3. Six, 7, and 8 for Georgia here in the fourth. On a warm, beautiful Friday evening in Athens, Georgia. Jack Turner Stadium. Nearly at capacity for the first of 3 here this weekend between Georgia and Missouri. They call for a strike, 2-1.
Kring's really trying to establish that outside corner to lefties here, and I think that's important because for a righty pitcher coming into a lefty,
Ground ball back to the pitcher.
you got to make sure you don't leave that inside pitch over the plate. And then being able to field your position is amazing.
Yeah. Briggs has surrendered just the one hit. Has stranded 5. Missouri has committed 1 error defensively. Has struck out 3, walked 3. That one in there for a strike. And there was action in the Missouri bullpen back in the second inning. She went 1-2-3 in the first, but then loaded them up in the second. But has settled in since.
And I think that's good for pitchers and for your team during this point in the season. Let them get through that. You know, taking them out in tough situations is not going to help them as you get through and go into postseason. You know, you want to build their character. You want them to go through the trenches with, you know, the rest of the team and figure out what they're made of.
And 1 the count here to Sydney Kuma. She is Georgia's lone hit of the contest, a single in the second. Popped up. Briggs has fielded her position twice now in the inning, 2 away. .66 pitches here and 2 away for Emily Digby to right field. A 1-2-3 inning here.
Game anytime soon, but it's going to come down to who can figure out a way to score.
You saw the line there, a run on 2 and an error for Missouri. Tigers have stranded 4. Georgia with no runs on the hit, an error, and 5 left.
I think taking advantage of missed opportunities, errors on defense, in these tight games when you have 2 great pitchers battling it out, it's going to come down to those simple things.
Yeah.
Errors, missed opportunities, missed signs, you know, different things like that that are everyday doables. So you got to be able to hone down, lock in this type of game.
And with this game being tight, Georgia back at home. Georgia looking for some late inning magic here as that one is pulled foul on an 0-2. 9-1-2 here for the Tigers in the 5th. I mentioned Lily Backus, 4 innings, 2 hits. The run is earned. She's walked 1, struck out 2. The difference really being the triple to Abby Hay.
And when we talked to Coach Anderson this week, she alluded to for the season, the numbers don't speak volume with their offensive numbers or pitching numbers, but they've been able to find a way to win the games that they've been able to win, and every day it's somebody new or it's something different. And I think that's a sign going into the latter part of the season, into postseason. That's what you want from your team. It's not always going to be the same way. So if you can find ways to continue to get better, find ways to win, that's what great teams do.
Just got a piece. Another 1-2. Linger 0 for 1 on the day, then turn the card back over and go top of the order. It'll be the third time through the lineup for Georgia.
You see Backus is still going with her hard up and in pitch to righties, and that's what she's been so successful with tonight, that and her changeup. If she gets ahead, she's going to give you a waste pitch, either a changeup or something, you know, kind of something you can chase for in the outside corner. But her bread and butter and her go-to is that, you know, let her high, medium height, rise in or higher, and it's been very successful for her tonight.
Fourth foul ball here with 2 strikes. This will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat here.
It's a great at-bat, battling, swinging at pitches that you can swing 100% at, even if they're foul, even if you foul it back. And that's what you want here out of your offense.
The outcome will be hard-earned for whoever gets the upper hand. Here's the 3-2. Popped up, tough run. That one's in fair territory. That one drops in. And Linger goes to second, and boy, she earned that one.
Yeah, she did. That's a long at-bat. Swinging at a lot of different pitches. Backus going head-to-head with her. Those are fun at-bats to watch. I hate those types of bats myself, but
11 pitch at bat there for Kaylee Linger. Marissa Anderson not happy with something. And Lily Backus, maybe a late time call there as this one's grounded to second. To first for the out now. Standing at third is Linger. Here's Alex Honnold. 1 for 2 day. She bunted herself aboard with a single in the third. Popped. And a good catch there. The throw to second, that's airmailed to center field, and that'll allow the Missouri run to score. Getting waved on around here is Honnold, and she'll come all the way around. And the bases are going to be cleared off for the Tigers, and boy, that one goes awry for Georgia.
yeah, that's tough. I think that throw was forced a little bit to second. I think she probably was going to be safe regardless if it was a good throw. And that's tough because Goodwin made a good play, got the ball in quick to home on the hit, and could have split the runners first and third with minimal damage.
Look at next door to see how that one's going to get scored. So Honnold is given a single. And that one hits her. Now That'll bring up Kara Daly. So Honnold singles to left field, goes to second on a throwing error. And will ultimately score on the error as Tony Baldwin is coming out of the dugout.
I think this is a good call timeout here. I think, kind of things a little tough.
So Kara Daly now will stand in. Still just the one out and a runner at first. She'll take a big cut, throw down to second. And Gallagher will steal. Her 10th stolen base of the season. She is perfect. And if you're Missouri, I'd be aggressive right now because you don't know how much that throwing error is rattling around in Lindy Ray Davis's head. You want to try to apply some pressure.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Test her arm, see where she's at mentally.
Georgia would like to challenge the runner at first, leaving early on the previous play.
The call on the field was she left on time.
So Maddie Gallagher on the field called that she left on time. Georgia is going to challenge and see if she left early. So both teams have challenged once here this afternoon.
Question. If she does get called out for leaving early, that doesn't count as a stolen base attempt? Or it does, and she technically is out?
I think it would technically come off the board. Be a good question for Georgia's SID and how that would get scored.
After review, the runner did leave early, out on the field.
So Gallagher is going to be out. That'll be the second out of the inning. Not by much.
Shoestring. Hate to see it. I love the aggressiveness. I think that's great. Hate to see it because that's very, very close. And you'd like to think, like in real time, as the runner on first, you think you're leaving on time, obviously with this new rule. But then when you're able to slow down film, it's like an unfair advantage. You get to see things that aren't actually there,
The 1-0. That one misses 2-0. Oh for 2 here so far tonight is Kara Daly. 2-0 is popped up. Here's Kuma. Well, we were in some bright sun and a cloud.
I think I got a little bit of sunburn
Yeah.
up here.
Well, cloud just came over and kind of darkened up the sky a little bit here.
I'm not complaining. It's nice. I don't have to squint.
That one is sent to left field. It'll roll to the track. Armistead thought about turning. She'll put the brakes on and reverse.
And I love that play by the left fielder, being able to hit that ball all the way down to the corner, track it down, couple steps, make a great throw in, and you keep her at 1. To me, that's a sign of a really good outfielder, is be able to have that range, have that speed, and have that arm to get the ball into second. And Armistead only gets to first base because she's thinking go to.
Now Georgia with options galore here. No one out. Runner at first. Speed on the bases. And top of the order due up here now, Dallas Goodnight.
And I think we still have plenty of time in this game, and it's only 3-0. So when you get leadoff hits, take advantage of your opportunities. You want to manufacture runs, keep the inning going, pass the bat, and move your runners 60 feet each time. So really locking in on situational hitting here for Georgia, I think is going to give them the best opportunity to be successful here. And with speed on the bases right now with Armistead, and then you have Goodnight hitting, I mean, she has so many different options. She can slap, she can hit, she can bunt. And speed kills on the bases. It creates so much chaos, and you put so much pressure on the defense. You can still see Krings here competing and battling for that strike zone with the umpire, as she has been all night. And considering how well she's done, she's had an uphill battle with the strike zone, I think, a little bit. So a little bit of frustration, maybe not getting certain pitches that she wants. But nonetheless, still competing at a very high level right now.
Back up the middle for a base hit. Back-to-back hits here for Georgia in the 5th.
And Goodnight has been on fire. She's been leading the way as a leadoff hitter here, really getting on base, whether it's a bunt, slap, a lot of hits up the middle. She started that at bat off with a bunt attempt, so being able to make that adjustment and hit something hard up the middle and move the runner.
First and second, nobody out. There is some action in the Missouri bullpen. Popped up. Underhand to third, and that'll get the lead runner. And boy, what looked like big trouble there for Missouri, and Krings bails herself out.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very heads-up, gutsy athletic play by Krings there. I mean, we can talk about how great of a play it would have been if she caught that barehanded and maybe turned a double play somewhere, but minimal damage for Missouri. Tough missed opportunity for Georgia, not being able to get that bunt down and moving those runners with nobody out.
Hannah Davila will run for the catcher.
And it's tough because as the runner on second, you're thinking ball's in the air, I can't go anywhere. I have to see if she catches it, and then it kind of delays her, and Krings is able to bend down, grab that ball, be athletic, and make a good toss to third base for that out.
It's a 1-5 put out of Armistead. And she got a late jump there at second, kind of watching where that one was going.
Yeah,
you don't want to turn around and get thrown out at the bag.
And you don't want to get doubled off either.
Yep.
Just, so it's not an automatic, I'm going to third. You have to kind of read it off the bat. And we like to say read it down, read it to the ground, make sure you see that down angle as it's going down. Otherwise, if it's going up, you got to freeze and see where that ball's going.
So what looked like trouble for the Tigers ended up working out well. Still just the one out, first and second, as Davila Pincha runs at first. Davis aboard with a fielder's choice bunt that Davila will now pinch run for her. But 3 straight runners reaching here for Georgia. Kearney swings and misses, 1-1.
Situationally here, bottom of the 5th, up 3 runs. There's still a lot of game left to play. But if I'm on defense here, I'm thinking about getting easy outs, getting lead runners, making it a lot less pressure on my pitcher but also knowing who you have up to bat.
Jada Kearney tied for the league lead.
And when you have two of the home run leaders in the SEC coming up back to back,
Yeah.
you want your defense to be locked in and ready because they're great hitters. They've both been on base tonight.
Fouled back.
Again, I think thinking about situations here, what ball am I looking for? How do I want to hit it? Where are the runners at? So for Kearney right now, really chasing the balls that she can hit well. Is that curveball on the outside.
Chases this one up into, fouls it away.
So having a plan, going up to bat, having a plan, knowing who's throwing, knowing your strengths, and really trusting yourself and trusting your plan when you're in the box. So that's exactly what Krings wants out of that, is to get her to pop that up.
2-2, called strike 3. Fourth strikeout of the contest for Lauren Krings.
And that's a great changeup. That's a great pitch. A great job by the catcher, too, to
Tony Baldwin is irritated. He's normally pretty mild-mannered down there at third base, but voicing some frustration there.
I think it's fair for both sides maybe to be a little frustrated. I think the umpire, there's been a lot of pitches on both sides that could have gone either way, ball or strike. So you hate to see it in that situation. But that's a great pitch by the Missouri pitcher and a great execution with the frame by the catcher, and that's what you want. And with a 2-2 count, you got to be able to swing the bat and battle, because hopefully you're not going to get a ball down the middle or something that you really, really want.
59 miles an hour coming in, that one in the dirt. And you mentioned, could be one of Georgia's best opportunities to try to tie or get some offense
Score
going
one,
here.
yeah.
Heart of the order, 2 on. You got them on with nobody out. Things have stalled a little bit here. Mosley sends this one to left field. That one caught on the run by Dodge. And the Tigers get out of the jam.
PC is a big deal. And I think moving through the season right now, this is a great opportunity, a great time for them to kind of start putting all the pieces together, starting figuring it out, because we all know it's great to win during the season, but the best time to win is postseason. So figuring out ways to win against highly ranked opponents, that's what it's going to be about moving forward.
Sophomore Marissa Miller now catching for Georgia. And there is nobody up in the Georgia bullpen as
Yeah, Backus, she's been throwing a gem. I wouldn't think that she needs to come out at all. And to be honest, Missouri hasn't proven themselves as far as offensive numbers tonight. It's been more Georgia's defense that has allowed them to score.
But really well hit there by Abby Hay to lead off the 6th. And Hay has reached all 3 plate appearances here tonight. The triple that really got things going in the 2nd. She walked in the 4th, and now the single.
And you look for impact players throughout the season, and players who are exponentially getting better throughout the whole season. And to be 3 for 3, hits or not, but being on base 3 times, you can see how much of a difference that's made tonight for her team.
Yeah. Stefania Abrascato.
And I really think that triple that she hit kind of lit the match for Missouri here.
you make a great point. You know, that was a well-hit triple by Abby Hay, but it bouncing off the glove of Jada Kearney in right field got her to third, which allowed her to score on the ground ball from Abrascato. As the 1-1, she has taken some massive cuts up there. But then you go back to the fifth. The double by Linger to lead things off. Single by Honnold. But it was throwing error by the catcher that allowed both those runners to come around and score. As a swing and a miss here by Abrascato. She's retired on strikes.
And I also think Missouri's base running has been very timely when they have gotten on base, and being able to see things as they're happening and take their extra bases, make sure they're safe. You know, you had that leaving early one, but she was ultimately safe. So really taking advantage of
ground ball and the opportunity for two. And that's twice today that Georgia's airmailed it over at first base. And a pinch hitter, as Katie Chester will hit.
That's tough as a pinch hitter, and then Backus has her changeup. She just pulls out. That's a tough first pitch to get.
Well hit, this one to center field. That one's off the wall. Getting waved around is Crenshaw. She'll go home and slide in safely. And the Tigers plate the fourth run of the day. Off the bat of the pinch hitter, Katie Chester. You talk about how hard of a job it is to pinch hit, and she delivers.
Some people are good at it. I myself, I don't know if I could do that, but that's great intent with your opportunity, like we've talked about before. Seeing a pitch that you can drive hard, and that's exactly what she did. You can see a little miscue from the throw in, went over the head of Armistead, so missing your cut allows, one, the girl to score, and then two, the girl that hit it to be standing at second.
.89 pitches for Lily Backus in 5 2/3. Six hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. She'll walk 1, strike out 3. And a good stop there by Miller. Turned foul there, 2-2.
And now you get a different look with Howard here. Obviously, she's a right-handed pitcher, so I think Missouri's lineup is evenly, split up between right-handed hitters and left-handed hitters. So they're going to have to make adjustments now that she's right-handed.
That'll get Georgia.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's kind of been the name of this game. Is
that one's off the wall. Turning is Goodwin, sliding to second. She'll be safe. It's a leadoff double here in the 6th for the left fielder.
Is maybe not making routine plays like they normally do, or you should. A collection of throwing errors. And so it's hard because, Backus is throwing a great game. So with some unearned runs mixed in with some earned runs, Missouri's definitely taking advantage of those opportunities and capitalizing, which you want to do. You want to do in these types of games and really battle it out.
Chambly trying to bunt, has that one off the bat.
But great leadoff double by Goodwin. She's been swinging amazing for so long now, and she's really become a part of the starting lineup. And the power that she has, the intent behind her swings, you can tell every time. She's very confident when she swings. She swings at stuff she wants to swing at. And now she puts her team in a good position to score here.
Righty on lefty matchup here for Krings. A runner in scoring position for Georgia. Outside 1-1. To center. Catch is made, 1 away.
That's a great piece of hitting. I know some of the best balls I've ever hit have gone right to somebody. So I think that's a small victory in this inning after, being down 4-0 is you want to be able to hit the ball hard.
Yeah.
You want to be able to swing at good pitches and make those adjustments on Krings.
Honnold there in center. Kuma's got a single today. 1 of 4 Georgia hits. Ground ball through the hole. Stop sign throw. No, she's going to just run right through it. Jaden Goodwin plates Georgia's first run of the day. Tony Baldwin said stop. She said all gas, no brakes.
No, thank you. I mean, to be honest, in this situation with the game the way it is, if I'm on second with any type of speed, I'm going 2 bases on that. I'm not stopping. That's not my mentality. Obviously, if I'm somebody with...
McCann looking to shut the door on Georgia here in the 6th after Georgia gets its first run of the game. Sarah Gordon will pinch hit for Georgia. Krings goes 5 1/3, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. She's walked 3, struck out 4 in 92 pitches.
And Georgia has a good opportunity here to keep the ball rolling, to keep getting base hits, find a way on, but making quick adjustments from the pitcher they have faced all game to now McCann.
That one's fouled back. Thought we might have had a pitch clock violation there as that one went to 0 before she let that thing loose.
I think as long as she's kind of in her motion, hands on the glove, I think she's okay.
She'll work a little quicker here this time, the 0-2. Ground ball. Throw is at second, and she is safe. First and second now with 1 away, and Georgia threatens here in the 6th.
Tough play. You can almost assume that the runner's for sure going to be out. Safe at second. So you're going to have to throw across the diamond entirely, and that probably would have been close too because you're so far away. So that's a tough play.
Fielder's choice for Gordon. The pinch hit will put her at first. First and second now with 1 away. Georgia's already plated a run here in the 6th. And Ellie Armistead, who singled in the 5th. In there for a strike. She reached on the fielder's choice back in the 2nd as well.
Have some options here. Depends on how gutsy you want to be. Armistead has a lot of speed. You could put a bunt down. If you look at the corners right now, they're deep. You still have 1 out.
popped up.
So at the very least, you get that bunt down, you move the runners, and now you have 2 runners in scoring position. And or if she's safe, now you have bases loaded with 1 out. So there's a couple different options. It depends on, kind of where your head's at. But if you're looking at third base and first base right now, first base is behind the bag, third base is at the bag. So they're not really anticipating a bunt whatsoever. So this would be a great time to do a sneaky bunt, catch them off guard.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Armistead retired on strikes. It's a nice pitch. So McCann gets a strikeout of Armistead to go to the top of the lineup now for Georgia. And here's Dallas Goodnight.
And you can see McCann going right at these hitters, coming in, making her presence known by going right at them and staying right there close to the strike zone and getting them to swing hard at these balls.
Goodnight's single came back in the 5th. Big cut, 1-2.
You can see she likes to go away from the hitter. Very good on locating that pitch, whether that's away on a lefty with her screwball or away on a righty with a curveball, and then she likes to go with that rise ball close in the zone.
Ground ball, that one through the hole. Kuma slides in safe, and the second run of the inning for Georgia comes across, and the lead is cut in half. It's 4-2.
That's a great job by Goodnight, letting that ball get deep, hitting it through the gap, 5-6 hole, and bringing a run in. Now they're run closer than they were 5 seconds ago, and that's how you have competitive at bats. You make adjustments in your at bat
on the season. Big cut there, 0-1.
And Coach Tony repeatedly, game in and game out, continues to give Jaden Fields, his senior, the opportunities at pinch hit, and I think that shows the trust that he has in her. He sees her train, he sees her practice, and maybe she hasn't gotten the outcomes that she wants, but he's going to continue to give her opportunities because he trusts her, and I think that's what good coaches can do. They instill belief in you, maybe when you're not feeling your best. And putting her in these types of situations come postseason, I think is going to pay off.
(0-2) is sent to center. Honnold is there, and that'll do the sit. Likely Hollingshead, Hunter Beasley, Brooke Bridges, Russ Bruglio, John Ostergaard, Liam England, Connor Bilbo, and Noah Hicks pressing the buttons back at the control room. And the command center keeping us afloat here tonight from Athens, and Sarah Gordon in to catch now for Georgia. And Fields over at first base for Georgia, as this one's popped to short, 1 away.
And really good quick work here by Howard. Had a good inning last inning when she came in relief, and now getting the first out. Really going at these hitters for Missouri. She wants to get back in the dugout with her team. See if they can get some more runs on the board.
So all that to say, we appreciate all our crew and everything they do to bring you some really good SEC softball here on the SEC Network. We have had a good one here tonight. 4-2 our score. We're in the 7th. Georgia showing life offensively there in the bottom half of the 6th, cutting the lead in half. If you're Georgia, you just want to hold serve right here and give this offense the opportunity in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, they definitely made adjustments, taking Krings out of the game and then putting some hits together on McCann. So I know they're eager to get back off the field and back in the dugout here for the bottom of the 7th. So continuing to make adjustments, put some bats together. This has been a really good game.
Late strike there on Alex Honnold. Two singles tonight for the SEC's leader in doubles. Inside, and she'll walk. 1 on and 1 out.
Now going to the plate, second baseman number 1.
And it's Maddie Gallagher, the second baseman. Ground ball, second, underhand for 1. And she'll be out for interference. That'll do it for Missouri in the 7th.
Adjustments too, and she's a lefty pitcher here. I think this is a good opportunity for Missouri. And Georgia's gonna have to figure out a way to put some hits together here.
3, 4, and 5 for Georgia. Heart of the order, Kearney and Mosley back to back here. So 2/3 of an inning for Marissa McCann. One and 1 to Kearney. Line foul, 1 and 2. So it ends up being a 1-2-3 inning in the top half of the inning for Missouri. Count 2-2. In the dirt and a good stop. Called strike 3.
And that's a great pitch by Pennell in that count. Really testing Kearney, and comes away with being on top of that one.
Kearney has been called out twice looking tonight, and similar pitches both times on the bottom end of the strike zone, but right down the middle.
Yep, I think that with Pennell was her backdoor, and you can see starting here with Mosley, her changeup, it comes off the same side of the body, a little bit slower, so it's tougher to see from a right-hander's perspective.
Off the end of the bat to second, and there's 2 outs here, and Georgia down to its final out.
to come in the bottom of the 7th with the part of the lineup that's up, the top 2 home run hitters in Georgia's lineup, and to get a looking strikeout with a 2-pitch at bat and a pop-up to the infield, that's what you want out of your reliever.
So here's Jaden Goodwin. She has doubled and scored here tonight, and this one is popped to short. Back for it is Laird, and